Here I am.
Perfect. Well, welcome, y'all. I know some people are still jumping on. That's okay. We're going to get this started. As y'all are jumping on, I have asked everybody to drop in the comments between 1 and 10. 1 being I'm brand new to social media. I don't even know how to post. To 10 being I've been doing it for a long time. I feel like I'm a rock star. Post in the comments 1 through 10. How strong do you think your social media presence is right now? As everybody's jumping on. So today, during our, power hour, our business blitz, I am going to share some of my tips and kind of like the basics of how to take your story, right? Not not just your story from, in the past or present or future, but all of those stories and put them into creating your story and sharing it on social media in a way that it's going to help build followers, reach new people, and build engagement by just some little tweaks. I feel like a lot of people, you may be actively posting, but sometimes it comes down to what you're posting, when you're posting, and how you're posting for just those little tweaks that are going to help you reach new people. So we're going to talk about that. We're also we'll leave it open for questions. So if you have questions, y'all feel free to ask. We are going to have some time to kind of like through this training. My goal is to get y'all to create a post by the end of this training that you're going to hit that post button on. Okay, something that's going to draw new eyes, something that is going to reach new audiences, something that's going to, attract your own followers and new followers. And so I'm really excited to be able to share on this topic. I want to start with a story. So I know probably a lot of y'all have seen, some of my social media and here's the thing. I have been working on my social media for probably about 10 years. So, even with all the trainings and all the guidance and all the tips, it takes time. And so that's the first thing I want to say is don't expect overnight results from social media. It is something that you build upon. It takes consistency, it takes good content, and it takes time to build up that following. But if you are consistent with good content, those followers will come and it will build on itself. And so I'm going to teach you kind of the basics of that. So me, little fun fact, if any of you have seen my videos, I've done some trainings and stuff like that, and you're probably like, oh, she's super outgoing. She's just made for this, right? She has probably always been good at this. Those are all lies. Those are all lies, okay? I am probably one of the most shy people that you will ever meet in person. I have developed myself to be able to do the lives, to be able to do the posts, to be able to put myself out there in ways that I never would have, right? I get embarrassed easily. I get tongue-tied easily. All of those things, right? Who can resonate to that? Okay. If you feel that, drop it in the comments that you're like, I can't put out there. I can't put out a picture, a before picture of myself because that's too embarrassing, right? I'm too shy. What will people think of me? Will they judge me? Will they talk about me? All of those things, right? So that was me, y'all. When I started building my social media following about 10 years ago, I owned a cupcake bakery. I was not a social person. I socialized with my family. I wasn't any of those outgoing type things that you think of like an influencer or someone that has a really strong following, right? It took me, trying on clothes. I've done some boutique type stuff in the past. And, one of my first businesses I had after that cupcake bakery was a boutique style business where I was selling clothes. Okay. So it forced me into having to develop that social presence. And it was hard. I will forever remember my very first live that I did, and it was probably in 2016, so almost 10 years ago. And y'all, I think I had 2 people watch me, and one of them was Chris, my husband. But guess what? I was excited that, oh my gosh, 2 people are watching me, right? Okay, I messed up everything. I wish I could find that video, but that's going to be another story, okay, that I will tell you about of why I can't find that video anymore. And that's a whole nother thing. But that first video, y'all, was beyond cringy. Like, I was stumbling over my words. I'm pretty sure I stood there holding up a dress for about 5 minutes and not saying anything, just waiting for someone to comment. Like, all of those things. That was me, okay? I was the person, I would post random stuff, right? Not get any comments, not right? Yeah, exactly, Stephanie. And I was embarrassed all the time, but I pushed past that. I stayed consistent for these last 10 years, y'all. Whether it was, in, groups that I had, or my personal, and even just sharing, pictures of our family and our our life, right? Is all building that content and building that story. And so I share that because I feel like a lot of times we see people that I do the same thing right now. I see people and I watch like these big influencers with millions of followers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how can I be like that? Right? That's not me. That's not my personality. Like, how did they get there? Right? And I feel like sometimes when you're just starting out, you're like, I don't know how to go from here with no social presence to there where I want to be, right? And at every level we struggle with that. Like I said, I still struggle with that. I'm like, I want to be there, right? I want to be that person that has, 2,000 people watching them live. And so it's all about consistency, showing up, and your content. And so I don't want any of y'all to ever think that oh my gosh, I'm never going to get there because I'm starting here at square one. That's not the case. Okay. Everybody starts at the beginning, always, always. And I did too. But I want to share with you all some of the things that have helped me build my story, because it's all about your story and sharing your story and relating to people. Okay. Write this down. The definition, well, I have it here in my notes, so I make sure I get it right. I looked up the definition of social, right? We're talking about social media today, how to reach people on social media. That starts with the definition of social. You know what? Want to know what the definition of social is? Relating to people and interacting with each other in groups or communities. That's the definition of social. Here's my point with this. Does anywhere in that description of social say anything about selling or business or anything like that? Does it say anything about any of those things? It doesn't, right? Does not. It is all about connections, relationships, and building those bonds with people socially, okay? Just as if you were in person. If you were in person with somebody, would you go up to them and say, you need to buy this product from me, right? Probably not. They'd probably be like, you need to move away from me, right? Nobody likes that. When you go onto a car dealership lot, does anybody like when they like flock to you and they're like trying to just hard sell you? Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. Kind of like the poke. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nobody likes to be sold, but people do like to buy. Yeah, I absolutely can repeat the definition. Social means relating to people and interacting with each other in groups or communities. And that's exactly what social media is. It's a huge group, a huge community of endless people, right? But it's all about fostering those relationships and creating those bonds and making friendships. And when you focus on that instead of selling, that's when your followers come and that's when your engagement comes. I want everyone to stop right now, okay? Everybody have your phones, or some of you probably on your phones, okay? If you can, on your phone, on another device, whatever, I want you to go to your Facebook profile, not actually on your profile, like your feed, right? And I want you guys to just scroll for a second and don't stop until something catches your attention. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to do that. And then I want you guys to screenshot that. Okay, whatever catches your attention first. If it doesn't catch your attention, scroll by. Okay, scroll by. But I want you to screenshot the first thing that catches your attention. Give you guys a second to do that. Perfect. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing that. Disney Cruise Line. Okay. Yeah, I want you all to put in the comments when you found that thing that catches your attention, put what caught your attention about that post. Was it the picture? Was it the first sentence? Was it two dogs kissing? That's pretty good, friends and their puppies. Okay. Flowers, colorful picture. Okay. Perfect. Love that. A picture of boiled peanuts and the word menopause. Oh my gosh, I'm dying over this. Real Latina, book you want to read, food. Perfect. Okay. I love these answers. Now here's my question. Were any of those posts that caught your attention a sales style ad type post? My guess is probably no, right? Was it somebody saying, we have a special deal, you need to buy this now? Or order here, or, you know, these products, or anything like that? Some did, as you're a sucker for ads. Hey, I mean, there is some great ads out there too. There is some great ads out there, but the best of ads, y'all, are those ones that are going to catch your attention, right? It's not just the 50% off of everything, right? I mean, that might work for some people if it's like your favorite store or something, unless dolphins are buying. He was telling you need to book another trip to Disney. Absolutely. Okay. So point of this is, y'all, it's kind of my first point, and I feel like the most important thing to remember when creating and sharing your story on social media. And that is, we are sharing, we are not selling. We are sharing, we are not selling. Write that down in big bold on the top, highlight it, circle it, all the things, right? Sharing, not selling. If you keep that philosophy in your head, then you are going to always think about when you go to post. I want y'all to think about when you go to post and literally sit there and look at your picture, look at the verbiage that you put with your post before you hit that post button. And I want you to think, if I was scrolling on Facebook, would this post come across as sharing a part of your life, a part of your story, or would it come across as trying to sell something? If you answer that it's trying to sell something, you need to redo your post. Okay? Need to redo your post. Because we are in the business of sharing and helping people change their lives, not of just selling products. When you shift your mindset from that, it changes everything. It changes everything. Okay? Sharing, not selling. Here's something else I want you guys to write down. We're going to go through each of these things. I am a sucker for acronyms. I think they help me remember things, and I think they help a lot of people remember things. This is something I want you guys to jot down. It'll be something simple. You can literally put it on a Post-it, on your phone, whatever, and use it when you go to make your posts and share your story, okay? I made an acronym of social media, okay? So write down the letters, SOCIAL, and then MEDIA. Okay, and I'm going to give you all of those, and then we're going to go through them. Okay, drop in the comments, drop a 2 in the comments when you guys have that written down. Okay, who can take a guess, based on what we just talked about, who can take a guess of what the S should stand for? There we go. Love that. Love that. Sharing, not selling. Sharing, not selling. That is what your S is going to stand for. That is the number one rule in creating and sharing your story. Sharing, not selling. The O, okay? The O is going to stand for open up. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. The C is going to stand for capture attention. Capture attention. The I is going to stand for intrigue. The A is going to stand for authentic. The L is going to stand for life lately. The M is going to stand for movie. The E is going to stand for everyday. D for different. I for initiate and invite. And A for ask. Alrighty. So let's start with the S, y'all. Let's start with the S. And this is going to be something that once we go through this, and feel free to jot down some notes about each of these, right, that are going to help you. But this acronym, with those little words that it means, is going to help trigger your L is for life lately, okay? So these are going to be just small key points that after we go through this, they're going to help you remember some of these key components when sharing your story, right? When sharing your story. So we talked about S a little bit, right? Share, don't sell. Share, don't sell. What that means is the difference between sharing and selling, okay? So let's say we wanted to post about daily health system, okay? It is our, we all know it's our flagship, right? It's what a lot of people are looking for right now is weight loss, and GLP-1s are huge, right? But so which post would draw your attention, okay? Let me give you two examples. So post one would be a screenshot of the daily health system on the website with something about who wants to lose weight. You really need to try this product that I have been using. Here's the link for it. That's post one, okay? Post two is going to be simple fixes, right? It's going to be a picture of you holding maybe your Activate drink, okay? And it's going to say, I never thought I'd be able to lose weight. That's the first sentence. And then below it says, I am so glad that I decided to try these products 9 months ago, or insert your own, your own time period. Okay. And just that, right? So thinking about those two posts, okay, which one is two questions for you. Which one is sharing? Okay, so answer that one, post one or post two. Which one is sharing? And then I want you, this is the more important question. Which one would grab your attention more, post one or post two? And why? And why? I want to hear some whys in the comments. Why would post two? What are the different things about why post two would catch your attention? Yep. See, y'all know this. Y'all know this. Okay. So that's the difference between sharing and selling. Okay. It's both, they're both talking about the same products. Okay. They're both technically trying to sell the product, right? But it's a different approach. One, you are relating to people. Okay. The other one is a straight marketing post, right? And by marketing, I mean your intention is to sell this product. And that's what you were putting out there. Okay. It's more of an ad. And so selling versus sharing, right? Okay. Everybody get it? Okay. If anybody has questions about selling versus sharing, drop them in the chat. Or if you guys got it, selling versus sharing, drop a 1 in the chat if you are like, okay, I get the difference. I get the difference, right? Perfect. Switch it up, sharing style. And I would never do ad style. Y'all, I would never do ad style. You are not a grocery store. You are not a department store. I would never, never. Now, there are different types of posts, and we can talk about that for a second, okay? Not all of your posts, your whole story, your whole being is not about these products in this business, right? You have other parts of your life. You have families, right? You probably have some sort of extracurricular activities. You maybe work outside of the home. Like you have lots of different parts of your life, right? And so not all of your posts have to be product centric. But I am going to teach you how to take your normal, and that comes down to our L here when we get to our L, how to take your normal day-to-day life and also incorporate little hints and relate it back to the products that you're trying to sell, right? And share about, and the business that you're trying to build. Okay. And I hope, does that make sense, y'all? I hope that makes sense. So, okay, selling versus sharing, that's our S. Let's talk about our O, okay? Let's talk about our O. Okay, open up. This goes right along with sharing, okay? This goes right along with sharing. I have a task for you guys to do with this one, okay? When I say open up, what I mean by this is share every part of yourself, even the hard parts, okay? Remember when I talked about how I am a very shy person and I don't like people knowing all of my business. I don't think anybody likes, if you like people knowing all your business, drop a 1 in the comments. There's probably not going to be any ones, right? Nobody wants to admit the hard parts. Nobody wants to admit the struggles. Nobody wants to admit, the rough times, right? It's really easy to post when things are great and they're going good. It's really hard to post those hard parts of life. And believe me, if you have heard Chris and I's story, you know that, we were basically on the verge of bankruptcy. Our house was in foreclosure last year before we started this. We were in a really, really bad spot and we could barely put food on the table most days. And it was hard. And did I want anybody to know about that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was, as of like last May, I was determined to not ever let anybody more than the people that need to know, like the realtor that listed our house. I didn't want anybody else to know about that, right? And before that, guess what I would put on Facebook about us, moving or selling our house? Oh, we just can't take care of all the property, right? So we're going to downsize. I feel like when you're in those tough situations, it's really hard to put yourself out there because of that embarrassment factor. Okay. I got a tattoo, and this has helped me, and I'm not telling you all to go get a tattoo, right? But this phrase, who's heard of let them? Who's heard of let them? Drop a 1 in the comments if you've heard of the phrase let them. Yeah. That was a game changer for me. Okay. And, but I felt like I needed to remind her. So guess what? I now have, it's probably upside down, y'all, and I don't know if you can see it, but I believed in that so much and it helped me so much that I went and got a tattoo to remind myself every day to let them, to get past that embarrassment, to get past that fear of what other people would think and what other people, if they would judge me, okay, if they would think badly of me, if they would laugh at me, if they would, think less of me, right? And at one point past last May, after we joined this, I got to a point, and it was one of the hardest posts I ever had to do, but I will forever remember the first post that I put out. I believe it was about taking our boys to the dentist. And, when we were in that bad financial situation, our youngest, and this was the most embarrassing thing to admit, but let them, right? Let them, because it's going to help other people. We took our boys to the dentist. One of them, my 9-year-old, had never been to the dentist because we had struggled for so long silently, and we just could not afford it. Could not afford it. And so one of the first posts I made about this business and how it had helped our life was a picture of our boys in the dentist chair, and literally putting that out there into the world that my 9-year-old had never been to the dentist. Talk about embarrassing, right? And would that embarrass y'all? You have things like that in your life that you're like, nobody can know about this. If you do, drop a 1 in the comments. If you have things like that where you're like, I don't want anybody to know about this. I'm sure all of us have something, right? And so it took everything I had, but you know what happened from that? Was that other people, like all of y'all listing the ones in the comments, right? Other people related to that post. They're like, oh my gosh, there's somebody else out there like that. There's somebody else out there that is struggling as bad as I am. And I relate to that, right? Whether they want to buy your products or not, whether they want to join the business or not, you just got somebody that is following you because you put yourself out there when they could not. And it makes them feel more comfortable with you. Okay. So the reason I tell you this story is this goes back to our open up, right? Do not be afraid to open up and be real. Share every part of yourself, even the hard parts. They're all part of your story. They're all part of your story. And guess what? You sharing your story, the hard parts especially, exactly, Carmela, exactly. You sharing your story, especially the hard parts, is going to help you reach the people that need this the most. Okay, write that down. You sharing your story, the hard parts, is what's going to reach the people that need this the most. And we are in the business of helping people, right? Helping people, changing lives. And so it starts with you. It starts with you deciding to let them. It starts with you deciding to share those parts. It starts with you deciding to open up, okay? So that is our O. Not sure it said anything what your story is. Your story. So I want to give everyone a few minutes right now. Nancy's question is actually perfect timing. So with that open up, not my business. Yes, 100%, Rebecca. Share those hard parts. Share those hard parts. Okay, here's what I want you guys to do for the next couple of minutes. Get a piece of paper if you don't have one. Hopefully y'all have a notebook and paper or pen. But I want you guys to write down, here's your question. Why? Just write why, okay? I want to know, why did you try these products? There's 2 different whys, right? Because we have 2 parts of our stories. We have our product experience, okay? And we have our business experience. 2 whys. Why did you join this business? And why did you try these products? And I want you to dig deep, okay? Not just, I want to sell and make money. No. Why? What is this going to do for your family? What is this doing for your family? Okay, what is this doing for you financially? What was that driving factor that made you click that join button? Okay, what was it? What was it? No worries, Christine. There'll be a replay of this. Okay. So what was it? What was it? Where did you, I know for me personally, I got to a point in my life where a number of things were happening. Okay. We had that whole foreclosure, losing our house, not having money to pay our bills, right? We couldn't barely put food on the table. That was my driving factor for joining. Okay. My driving factor for trying the products was I was at my highest weight ever, and I did not know what to do next. Sometimes it takes you getting at that low for you to make that change, right? And so I want you to dig deep and find that like very, very, the root of your why. You can share it if you'd like. Sometimes it helps. Like if you guys want to share it in the comments, this is a safe space. So sometimes putting it here is going to help you put it out there in the world. Okay. What are your whys? Why did you start this business for the business part? And why did you start the products? Love that, Nancy. Love that. Okay, open my shares. That's not true, Ashley, because that's real. That is real. People want real, and we're going to get to that too. Okay, people want real. Your story is your story, y'all. Your story is your story. And so I want you guys to really, your why is where you're going to start with your story. Okay. Your why is where you're going to start with your story. That is what is going to do everything. Lose weight, no diet. That's great. On the table, no sick. Yep. What are some of the hardcore questions you can ask? Some hardcore questions you can ask why you started this biz. What do you mean, Leanne? What do you mean by hardcore questions?
Get the
Perfect.
Might be easier just I verbalize it real quick to you to get
Go for it.
To get deep and to just be like getting down to the core of why. Like you said, yeah, it might be the money or whatever, but get deeper. So what are some of those questions you asked yourself or you guide other people to ask yourself so we can come to the core instead of just that surface answer?
The surface answer. Okay, so I would say first one is where were you at when you first joined this? What was your situation? Like, what was your situation health-wise? What was your situation financial-wise? Sometimes that will open up like why you really wanted to do this. Like what was your situation at the beginning of your journey, at the beginning of your not journey? Like what were those feelings? Like, how were you feeling? Were you happy and just excited? Or were you depressed and overweight and strapped financially? And, what was your situation? And that's going to help you kind of figure out like why, what really drove you to doing this. The note. Well, so I'm not sure who iPhone is, but okay. So that kind of goes back to the let them, y'all. That goes back to the let them. You're a director. You'd hate it so much for them to know your personal life. You know what? That's a market. Here's what I'm going to tell you about that. Sometimes it takes letting people in and letting people know that to, number one, kind of free yourself from that mindset of, oh, just keeping everything inside. Because the more you keep everything inside and you don't share it and don't put it out there into the world, people are never going to know. And if they don't know that you're struggling, they can't relate to you if they're also struggling. Does that make sense? Like if your coworkers think that you're just happy-go-lucky and everything's great, and then you come to them and you're like, hey, you want to make extra money, right? Or you want to get your health on track, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? Like everything's great for you. Like why would you need this, right? They need to know your why in order to be able to relate with them. Does that make sense? I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Okay, everybody have their whys written down. And this is something you guys can build on. Okay, I want you don't have to have it all together right now, right? But developing your why and really figuring that out for yourself is going to be the core of your story, because it's going to be the driving factor in why you want to help other people, right? What is this doing for you that's going to help you help other people? Perfect. Okay, so that was our O, you guys. Open up. Open up. Okay, that is another core thing, is learning to be open and share your story. All right, next up. We have C for capture attention. Capture attention, okay? What I mean by this, when I had y'all go through your Facebook feed, right? And you screenshot that post that captured your attention, right? So when you're posting your story and sharing your story on social media or any type of post you're doing on social media, you want to have a couple things that capture someone's attention, okay? Write this down, your picture, right? That's going to be something, a lot of you said it was the picture that caught your attention on the post that you screenshot, okay? So a picture that is real, authentic, and original. Guess what? You're going to have to get comfortable with taking pictures of yourself. Because your followers, they want to see you. And if you're developing your story, putting a picture, you know, a graphic or something of the products out there, that doesn't relate to your story as much as your face, right? Your face, your kids' faces, your family's faces, just authentic, original pictures, okay? Something catchy, something that's going to make people stop their scroll, okay? So that's the first thing you can capture attention with. So your picture, and sometimes when you're taking pictures, a picture, when you look at it, you're like, it'll spark something. You're like, that's what this picture is about, right? That's what this picture is about. And it'll help you kind of write the post and tie it all together. I can't tell you how many times your pictures can be everything. And we're going to get into that with the L, but your pictures are just your normal life. Don't be critical, be real, be real. Absolutely. Getting over yourself is definitely one of the biggest steps. Definitely one of the biggest steps for sure. You don't need to do bikinis. Nope, you don't need to do bikinis or anything like that, y'all. I'm not talking about, it doesn't have to be before and after pictures. I'm just talking about real pictures of yourself. Does not need to be a bikini picture, does not need to be a, you know, where you're showing the world anything. Definitely not. I'm talking about a picture with you and your drink. I'm talking about a picture with you and your kids somewhere. I'm talking about a picture of your dinner, you know, different things that are just relatable to normal people, right? They're eye-catching, meaning that like if somebody's following you, they expect to see your face. They're going to scroll on by a picture of products. But if it's something with your face, your kids, or something like that, it may make them stop and read it, right? And so take pictures, start taking pictures of everything. It took me a long time to do that because you just get busy with life, right? And you are in the moments and you're doing stuff and you're busy and you're like, I don't have to take time to take pictures. But if you take the time to take the pictures and start storing them up, you can use them for different things, right? You can use them for different things. And so getting a database of just learning to take pictures of everything. This morning, y'all, we live in Texas. And it's been really, really cold here, really cold. Like I'm talking like I've had to wear like 13 layers and it's been like snowy and icy and like -8. We live in Texas. It was 90 last week. Okay. It is wild weather. And so this morning, just little, this is how little I'm talking about, like the pictures and the videos and all that stuff, right? I took a quick little video of, you know, a couple snowflakes coming down on my husband's Jeep, right? Because it's part of our normal life. It's what's happening today. And it's something that is going to grab attention, right? Just documenting those little things. You can use just random pictures as long as they're authentic, original pictures you take. It doesn't have to be a picture of you in the bikini. It doesn't have to be a picture of you before and after or anything like that. Just normal real life pictures, okay? Now, the other thing that's going to make people stop for your post is that first sentence, right? And so if you put out something that says, we have a great deal going on, right? People are probably not going to stop for that. They're just like, oh, another ad, another sales post, right? Another ad. They're going to keep scrolling. But if you put something out there like we put out there earlier, like, I never thought I'd lose weight, right? People are going to be like, oh, wait. Okay, what is this about? I need to lose weight. What's she doing? Right? Something that's going to make them stop and think. Okay. And so when you're writing these posts, that first sentence is huge, because have you all ever noticed that when you're scrolling Facebook, let me get this down here, make sure I'm not missing any questions. When you're scrolling Facebook, right? A lot of times it shrinks up that you may write a big old long thing, right? Guess what? All it's going to show, and it's going to put ... see more, right? It's only going to show that first sentence. So you want to make that first sentence the most impactful. Yes, exactly. To get them to stop their scroll. And something impactful that makes you stop your scroll, just like Erin said. I want y'all to take a couple minutes, and I want you guys to brainstorm. You can scroll on Facebook here for a second if you want to. I want you to brainstorm what kind of first sentences would make you stop and want to look at a post, and drop some in the comments. Let's see some. Let's get some ideas flowing and helping each other, right? What is a sentence that would make you stop and be curious enough to read the whole post? Okay, curious enough. Aging sucks. Love that, Marianne. Love it. Do not be afraid to let your personality shine through. Don't be afraid to be a little edgy. I'm a warrior. That's great. Share how glow is healing my face. That's fantastic, Rebecca. I love that. Why don't you work on that as we're developing our posts here, y'all? Use that. I'm going to pee my pants. There you go. Something that like makes people be like, wait, what? Y'all, I've done posts. Okay, I've done posts, and it was some of my best posts, and it's very random, but literally a picture of, you know, in the bath, not showing obviously in the bath, right? But of like just my feet, like right, knees down, okay, in the bathtub. And for some reason, people are like, oh my gosh, what is she doing in the bathtub, right? When I'm saying take funny pictures and interesting pictures and all of those things and funny sentences, that's what I'm talking about. Just something that's going to make people stop. Just going to make them stop. What was happening to my face? I love that, Rebecca. That is perfect. Perfect. Is Miss Nancy telling me? Oh, that's awesome, Colleen. Get rid of leg pain. So Kim, here's what I would say to get rid of leg pain, okay? Because that can be a little bit ad. You need to personalize it. When you guys are thinking about these taglines, personalize them a little bit, okay? And got rid of leg pain. How could you say that differently? And maybe someone else has a good idea, right? How would you say that differently? Okay, this is the challenge for all of y'all in here. How could you say got rid of leg pain a little differently that may entice someone to stop and not think it's like an ad? Have you lost your purpose? That's great. Is nearly gone. There you go. What is happening to my leg? There you go. How about why in the world is my leg feeling better? Or I thought, here's a related, I thought I would live with this leg pain forever. Okay, something like that. So glad I can keep up with these grandkids now, for sure. Love those ideas. Okay, does everyone have a good list? Drop some more of never thought I would feel too. Yeah. No, I love these ideas, you guys. You guys got your brains flowing now? Kind of got the concept of like that first line and how to grasp that attention and how to capture that attention, right, for RC. Okay. All right. Well, I better get through these, you guys. My Lord, it's already been 46 minutes. I better speed up. I get very passionate about social media. Okay, but let's move along. Intrigue. Okay, let's talk about intrigue. Okay, this kind of goes right along with capturing the intention. Okay, capturing the attention. So this is about not putting all of the information out there and making people ask you questions. Intrigue. Okay. What is going to intrigue them to comment on your post, to engage with that post? If you put daily health system helped me lose 25 pounds, you can get it right here. They don't need to ask you a question, right? They don't need to engage with that post. And so they're going to either make that decision when they see that of whether, do I want to click that link or do I want to keep scrolling? Right? It doesn't cause them to have to engage with you. You want to make them have to engage with you to get the information and to find out your story. Because if you can get them to engage with you, a couple things happen. Number one, if they comment on your post, they're going to start seeing more of your posts. Okay. Also, if they comment on your post, now you have somebody that you can put up on your follow-up list that has engaged with you that may be interested in your products or your business. Okay. So you want them to engage with your post. So instead of saying, I used Daily Health System and lost 25 pounds, what if you said, oh my gosh, I started drinking this drink 4 months ago and I've lost 25 pounds, right? Now they don't know what drink you're talking about, right? They have to ask if they want to know, and they have to either comment or they have to message you, right? So that's the difference between that intrigue. Love that, Rachel. Love that. So intrigue, you guys. I challenge y'all, when you're doing your posts, try to make your posts without saying turn on and without saying the product names. Okay, make up fun names. I've been using weight loss shot in a cup, right? You can make up fun names without saying I'm using Daily Health System, or I'm using Glow, or I'm using this, right? Make up little catchy things, because guess what? That's going to help with your capturing that attention as well. They're going to be like, what in the world are you talking about, right? It's going to intrigue them. Yes, and saying turn on too much. Facebook likes engaging posts, okay? Facebook likes engaging posts and authentic original posts. If you say too much of like Daily Health System this, Daily Health System that, Daily Health System this, right? Then Facebook is it's going to put you in a category of like spam or ads. Okay, like you're trying to sell something. You don't want that, because then Facebook isn't going to show you to a lot of people, right? Okay, so intrigue. All right, authenticity. You guys are authentic. Okay, drop in the comments who thinks they know when I say A is for authentic for your post. What does that mean? What does that mean? Drop it in the comments. Be real. Yep. Real, personal, original, yourself, truthful and soulful. Absolutely. Not selling. Yes. All of those. See, y'all know this. Okay. So that authenticity is 100% being you always. So if you have a funny personality, let that shine. People are going to relate with that. Okay. You can't be someone else. Guess what? Your followers that you already have, they're going to know if you're trying to pretend to be someone else. They're going to know if you're copying and pasting someone else's post, because it's not going to sound like you. Be yourself. They are following you for a reason, right? And they relate to you for a reason. And so let your personality shine. Yes, look at Vero. Yes, absolutely. She's a great example of that. Let your personality shine through and be you always. Be authentic. Like I said, that goes along with using your authentic original pictures, your authentic original story, all of those things, okay? All right, that one is going to be, that was our A. Okay, life lately, here we go. Life lately for L. What I mean by life lately. Here's what I do and what works really, really well, okay? In the ability to be able to take your normal day-to-day life that you may think, who thinks your life is boring? Who thinks nobody wants to follow me? My life is boring. I really don't do much, right? I don't have anything talk worthy about. Who thinks your life is boring? Okay. Guess what? So is mine. I use my products. I just started going to the gym, and I pick up kids and I work, and that's about it, right? Maybe we go to dinner. But if we're not traveling, if we're not going somewhere, if we're not on a trip or something like that, our life is boring too. Okay, it's finding your normal daily life and making it exciting, because guess what? That's your story, and everybody's life is boring. Everybody's life is day to day, in and out, picking up kids, taking care of the house, working, all of those things. Everybody's life is boring, but people still want to follow your life. Okay, people still want to follow your life. So how do we take a normal daily boring life, okay, and be able to incorporate our products that we want people to know about and our business that we want people to know about and mesh those together, right? Okay, so here is a post that I'm actually going to be posting today. That's just that normal, boring life, right? So I have a contact order to go pick up today. I can't see without my contacts or glasses, y'all. Okay. And so I have to go pick up that order today. Guess what my post is going to be today? My post is going to be a picture of me holding my contacts, right? Holding my contacts, because here's what this business has done, and here's how this relates to my normal daily life of running errands and picking up my contacts. Okay. Last year at this time, I could not afford contacts. Okay. I would wear the same pair of contacts, my daily contacts, for weeks or months at a time, which was awful for my eyes. Okay. But we could not afford contacts. So my post today is sharing that hard, embarrassing, real truth. Right. But guess what? There's other people out there that are in that situation right now where they can't afford their contacts. Okay. And they're doing things and they're cutting corners and they're doing, things that aren't necessarily the best for their health because they just can't afford it and they need this business opportunity. Okay. And so my post is going to be about picking up contacts, right? But that post, y'all, is also about, because of this business, because of Trinant, right? Because of partnering with this company, I can now go and easily afford to buy contacts and take care of myself because I partnered with this company a year ago and it has changed our life that way. Okay, it's those little things. I do posts like that about going to the grocery store. Okay, I want y'all to drop in the comments, what's a normal thing that you do on a day-to-day basis that could be related to this business. Okay, that could be related to this business. Wednesday Costco run, running errands. Yeah, think time freedom. Okay, think time freedom. Think financially. Okay, whether it's $20 on your last check, right? If you got a check for $20, guess what? What could you take that $20 and go do that you couldn't do without that $20, right? Maybe take your kids to ice cream. Okay, something like that. Able to homeschool our kids. Yes. Picking up having the time to go pick up your kids from school. Take a picture in the pickup line. Take a picture in the pickup line, right? And so that's how you can find something every single day in your normal day-to-day life, and you can tie it in seamlessly to either the products or the business, the time freedom, some aspect of it, without making it a salesy, scammy, spammy type post, right? Just your normal day-to-day life. Normal day-to-day life. Singing in the pickup line, Sweet Caroline, absolutely. What if money is not an issue? That's okay. It doesn't have to be an issue. Money doesn't have to be an issue. You want to make it your real life. So even if you are making money with this business, what did you do with that money, right? What did you do with that money? Okay, extra money is great for everybody. Everybody does something with extra money. And so it's fine. You can do the same thing with your products, y'all. I've taken posts and who has kids in sports? Who has kids in sports, right? We have 3 boys and 2 of them are in football and basketball. And so guess what I did? A lot of times when we would go to those 8 a.m. Saturday morning basketball games, I took a picture of me holding my cup, right? Of my Activate and my Zest, my little mocktail blend, right? And took a picture of that, shooting out so that it's showing like the basketball practice or game in the background, and say, good Lord, 8 a.m. Basketball games for my kids are so much easier because of this. Okay, talking about my drink. Relating and taking your normal day-to-day life and just incorporating, I challenge y'all to think about every single thing that you do each day, snap a picture, and then sit down and think, okay, how do my products does this business fit in with this? Okay. Do you then say at the end of the post to ask for you? Not always. Not always. Sometimes I do. If it's a business related post, a lot of times I'll put, hey, if y'all, something just really open-ended, if you can relate to this at all, we should really chat. Right? That's one of my favorite things to do. Like when you're putting a business style post out there, like a post about my contacts, that type post, a lot of times I'll put, you know, I know there's a lot of you struggling like we were. Okay. You don't have to struggle. Seriously, let's talk. Something just really simple like that. Something really simple like that. Yep. There you go. Perfect. I love that, Renee. Love that. See, y'all getting the hang of this. Y'all getting some good ideas? If you're getting some good ideas from this, put a 1. We're going to go through the rest of these really quick, y'all. Because I am running out of time for this. Okay. Let's talk about, that's our life lately, right? That is the key, okay, is incorporating our life lately, our normal, boring life, and blending in the products and the business, okay? Because guess what that does? That tells your story. That tells your story. That doesn't sell products. It tells your story, and that's what people are going to relate to. That's what people are going to relate to, is you sharing your story, right? Your story, and incorporating little tidbits of those products that you want people to try and the business opportunity that everybody needs, right? Okay. All right, let's get on to the media, right? M for movie. Okay, this is a pretty simple point, but it's something to think about. And I want you to write this in big capital letters on top of your paper. Your life is a movie and people want to watch it. Right? My life is a movie and people want to watch it because it's true. Guess what social media is, you guys? Guess what Facebook is? It's basically a real life soap opera and getting to watch all kinds of different people all at once, right? People, yes, and you are the star, 100%. It is reality TV, soap opera, all of those things rolled into one, right? And you get to watch thousands of people at a time. It is the best entertainment, okay? So here's what I say about that. If you share your story, okay, and you share your story, people are going to get invested in it, especially if you share it daily, okay? And that's going to be one of our other letters here. But you share just your normal day-to-day life and how it's changing because of Ternot and because of these products and because of this business. People are going to get invested. They're going to start following along. They're going to be like, wait, how is she on that beach in Cancun? I want to know about this, right? What is this drink that she's talking about losing 25 pounds? I want to know about this, right? You're just sharing your normal day-to-day life, and it's those intriguing, pictures that capture audiences, first sentences that capture audiences, and they're going to start seeing it, and they're going to be like, oh, wait, I got to know what happens next. Oh, she lost 25 pounds today. What's she doing this week, right? How is this? Is this drink still helping her? Is these products still helping her? All of those things. It is easy. It is so easy. If you follow these tips, it is easy. Okay. It's just sharing you. It's just sharing you, right? Authentically and originally sharing you. Okay. So always remember, your life is a movie. Okay. When you think that mentality, you're going to be like, here's what I want you guys to think about. Your life is a movie. With what you're posting right now, would you want to watch your movie? Would you want to watch your movie? Make your posts something that would stop your scroll and make you want to watch your own movie. Okay. Yes. Humor, weather. Yes, absolutely. Real life. Okay. Make people want to watch your movie. Make yourself want to watch your movie. Okay. Make yourself want to watch your movie. Okay. E, you guys, this is an easy one. Every day. Every day. Okay. I don't have a ton to say about this except for consistency is key. That goes with anything. That goes with using your products. That goes with building your business. If you don't put the work into it, nothing's going to come of it. Every day, consistently. Okay. Even when you don't feel like it, share your life, share your story every single day. Okay. Who's committing to sharing your life every single day and sharing your story, every part of it? Good. Every day, y'all. That one is a big one. D is for different. D is for different. Mix it up. Don't use the same picture over and over. Take new pictures every day. Take new pictures every day, okay? Guess what? Facebook doesn't like repeated pictures. It won't show it to as many people the second time around. It's going to start hiding it because it's like, oh, this is spam. We've already seen this. This is spam, right? And so make sure that you are doing different pictures about different, y'all, we have 26 different products. 26 different products. That's 26 different avenues that you can start building a story from, your personal story, right? And you do different things every day, right? Take different parts of your life and make it different every day and different. Okay. Initiate and invite, okay? Okay, you got people commenting on your post, right? You put a story out there, okay? You put a piece of your story out there. You have someone that comments on your post. Guess what? We have tools to help you with that. Number one, you're going to reply back to that person and anybody that comments on your posts, okay? And you're going to reply back to them authentically. And then guess what? Message them too. Something simple like, oh my gosh, I saw your comment. I would love to tell you about, whatever it is, whether it's on your business post, whether it's on, a post about the products, whatever piece of the story, okay, is just connect with them. Okay, start that conversation. If it's about a product, guess what? We have ripple effect. That's the invite. Invite them to ripple effect. Tag them in some other posts, okay, that are not yours, that have to do with the same thing that they're interested in from your post. Okay. And like I said, initiate that conversation, that connection. Okay. A is for ask. This stands for a couple different things. Ask questions. Ask questions always. Okay. Ask questions in your post. Okay. Who's struggled with, this is an idea for a post, right? Has anybody else ever struggled with not sleeping at night, right? Something like that, something that's going to get people, guess what? People have opinions and they like to post them. Okay. And they like to answer questions naturally. How many times do you scroll and you see like someone ask a question and you're like, I've got an answer for that. You want to share your opinion. Okay. You want to feel like an expert on something. Everybody does. And so always ask a question. Yes. Ask the questions, y'all. Who can relate? Who can do this? What's the weather where you're at? Ask those questions, okay? Ask them in your posts, but also when you have initiated that conversation with that person, ask questions of them. I can't stress this enough. Connect with that person. Don't just say, here's all the information that you want. Here's my link, go order, right? No, ask them a question. Hey, I saw that you commented on my post about me losing weight. Are you wanting to lose weight too? What's your situation? Are you struggling with your weight too, right? Start connecting with them. Ask them questions about themselves. People like to talk about themselves. They like to open up, especially if they related to something from your post, okay? Ask the questions, okay? That's the first ask, right? Ask questions in your post, ask questions to that potential customer, okay? And then, okay, ask for the sale, okay? And what I mean by that, don't say, are you ready to buy? Oh, you're fine. Thank you so much. We're finishing up right now anyways, Kelsey, and there'll be a replay of this. Ask for the sale, okay? There will be a point in that conversation and you will feel it where they're like, oh my gosh, okay? Oh, that sounds amazing, right? Maybe they say, oh, that sounds amazing. I wish I could do that, right? So take that as your opening and say, hey, I would love to help you do this. Would you like to order some of this and try it with me? Okay, I would love to help you out with this. Okay, don't be afraid to ask for it. Don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Want to join me? And it worked. There you go. There you go. Do not be afraid. I spent so many years being afraid to ask for it. Being afraid that I was going to, ooh, what are they going to think of me? Are they going to think I'm just trying to sell them something, right? Are they going to think that I'm scammy spammy? Are they going to think, right? Don't be afraid of that. Who cares? Let them. Who cares? Let them. Let them think bad of you. Guess what? Their loss. Their loss, right? We have something that people need. Get that in your head. We have something, your story is something that people need. Okay? All right. Let's see. And that is our last of that, y'all. Okay, who feels like you can go out and write a post now? Drop a 1 in the comments if you feel like you have an idea to go write a post right now. Good. Good. Okay, so my challenge for y'all, you guys, is If you haven't finished your why, finish your why, because that's your stepping stone. Okay, that's your stepping stone. That's what you're going to start your story with. If you haven't started sharing your story on Facebook, great, perfect. I love that because you get to start at the beginning. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do today. When we get off of this right now, okay, I want you guys to go take a picture. Take a picture. Who has an idea for a picture of a post that you're going to do today? Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments. What are you going to go take a picture of for your post today? What's it going to be about? Okay. You're going to go take a picture. You're going to make sure you have your why down pat. Okay. And you are going to take these tips, take that acronym I gave you, right? And I want you to write a post. Okay. Share your story. Share your story. Start it right now. Okay. That is your challenge. You're going to go do it right now. Okay. If any of y'all have questions, feel free to ask. I am an open book. I am here to help. Okay. If you guys got some value from this, drop a 2 in the comments. Hopefully I gave you guys some great value, some great tips, and I want to start seeing all of those stories out there because guess what? I'm going to be watching all your movies. I'm going to be watching all your movies. So make your life a movie, you guys, that somebody wants to watch, including yourself. Awesome. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for joining me live. I had so much fun. And again, thank you all for joining me. Erin has posted where the recording will be from here. So if you want to watch it again or share it with your teams or tag people that missed it live, then that's where it will be. And thank you all for joining me. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday.